Bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon. Estamos aquí con James Rocha, author of children's book Pizza Boy, and we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about his book. So, how is Pizza Boy born, James?
The idea came to me for many reasons, and I was out of the country for a few years, and I came back to the USA, and I wanted to get lost in the world. And so I tried like re-looking at the video games I used to play, or like new TV shows that were coming out, but I wasn't feeling that high anymore. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm 25. I think I have the skills enough to create my own world. And but like I don't have the skills to make a video game or things like that. So I thought to myself, well, what can I do that's available to me? Well, I can draw. I can let's try making a book. And so I wanted to make a Looney Tunes kind of Crash Bandicoot Spyro kind of character, and I started drawing different characters that were for kids, and like it wasn't working. And so then I remembered something that I saw on a documentary on YouTube about the people that made Spyro, and they said back in the 90s we had a lot of limitations on what we could do with video games on the computers, and so all the games were coming out crappy in the 90s. But then they told themselves, what if we didn't have any limitations on the software? If there were no limits, what would we create? And then they thought of Spyro the Dragon. And so I'm in my kitchen table, and I thought the same thing. If I could draw whatever I wanted with no limits, what would I do? And then I put myself in like my 5th grade mindset, and I'm like, well, I like pizza, and I like food characters. I think that's really cool. I've only seen one movie that did that, but it was very distasteful. And so I'm like, let me just concentrate on like the pizza character, and then what would he be called? Pizza Boy. Boom. And then I just started drawing. It took me like 20 sketches to draw Pizza Boy how I kind of wanted him. And then I got Pizza Boy. I'm like, yes, I got Pizza Boy. Finally drew him correctly, and I was really happy. And I did it because like I wanted something more for myself too. I wanted to make a world that I could lose myself in. I wanted to make a world so that other people could lose themselves in, and have it be like a Looney Tunes where it's like very big, you know. You can make like books. You can eventually make like TV shows, movies, video games, toys, or that was at least my thoughts on how I like. That's what I was thinking of when I was thinking of Pizza Boy.
So the artist. First, you were an artist then, before you were a storyteller.
Oh yes.
So how does your art come about?
My art, I was always good at drawing. I always loved drawing, and I think somewhere along my teenage years I stopped drawing until my senior year in high school. That's when I began picking it up again, and I remember making a conscious decision like I want to do something in the art field. But after many difficult just life, I kind of put it away again, and then I kind of brought it back later in my later life, and so now I kind of specialize in Chicano arte. Like that's what I wanted for myself. Like I really like Chicano history, Chicano culture, and I like how it's kind of underground. It's very invisible to the world, and it's very there's a lot of difficult themes that to play around with, and so on Instagram and in the art scene, people know me mostly for Chicano art. So when I came out with Pizza Boy, it was like, what the hell is that?
Threw them off a little bit?
Yeah. It threw me off a little bit too, because like here I am pushing Chicano arte, and then there's Pizza Boy. Like it's a bit weird, but it was it was good.
So is Pizza Boy you? Is it inspired in you? Is it inspired in a friend you knew? Who Pizza Boy. Who inspired you, or how does he come about?
At first, I didn't know what Pizza Boy was, but or Pizza Boy at first was to symbolize just childhood in general. Now that I'm a little bit older, I'm 30 years old now, and like life is like every year gets harder, and I remember being a kid where it was just like easy, and then I'm like, I really miss like just having fun 24/7, and so I really wanted to put like Pizza Boy, like just having that like unlimited fun, and so I draw a lot of things from my childhood, and so when I think of stories for Pizza Boy, I take a little nap and I just start replaying some of my obvious childhood dreams or scenarios, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was really fun, and I put it into Pizza Boy, and then or other people would even tell me, oh yeah, look, that's you, that's your friends, like people that know me, oh that's the house, and then I'm like, so other people are telling me that I'm Pizza Boy, and they even call me Pizza Boy, and so yeah, Pizza Boy is me, and but right now it's like childhood adventures.
Right. So you mentioned that there was a video that you're going to show the audience, and can you talk a little bit about that? Who you collaborated with, how it came about?
Yes. So the video came about when I was last year. I was in my last semester at Santa Ana College. I was pursuing the graphic design associate's degree, and in one of my classes, I met my buddy Emmanuel, and during class, I showed him what I was working on. I was working on Pizza Boy on my iPad, and I showed him, hey, look, I'm doing this. Like apart from schoolwork, I'm doing a book called Pizza Boy, and he saw it, he's like, oh, like that's so cool. Like I do animations with voice acting. Let me know when you have the finished product, and if you hand it over to me, I'll put like voices and make it like animated, and like it'll be fun. So that was in May of last year, and then I didn't finish it till September, and so it took him like around 3 weeks to do it. I just sent him like the Photoshop files, and then he kind of did everything else. So he does voice casting, so he's in the other world of like doing knowing how to network with other people and how to cast voices. And so I didn't have any say on what voice was whose. He did all of that, and I trusted him. And like, yeah, just do it, dude. And then I think so right now on YouTube, on his YouTube channel, you can find the Pizza Boy episode 1 with music and with voices and everything. I think it's really cool because in my head, the voices sounded like one way, but then he kind of made it more real. So that was really fun. And very
see him come alive.
Yeah. Okay. And again, it's a very independent effort. It's just like us friends doing fun things.
That's very cool. So what can we expect in the future? Are we going to keep seeing Pizza Boy in other adventures, or are you working on a completely different book? What's your focus for what's coming up?
My focus is, so by the end of January for the book signing, I shall have Pizza Boy number 2.
Oh, very cool.
I'll definitely have the book Pizza Boy 2, but it'll take some months after that for my buddy to make the Pizza Boy animated video. And so my plan for Pizza Boy is Pizza Boy 1. I didn't know how far to push the cartoon violence, because again, like, modern day parents are always scared. They're so scared of what their children is going to see on TV or in a book. And so I held back a lot of the things I wanted to do with Pizza Boy. My initial idea for Pizza Boy was like super mellow, nothing happens, nothing bad happens, and it's just like Pizza Boy coloring, Pizza Boy walks to school. Pizza boy eats his cereal, like, and then the pizza boy goes to sleep, and boom, that's episode 1. And I'm like, looking back at it, I'm like, oh man, that's really boring. For me, it's really boring, but I can make it fun, like keeping it that mellow. I think episode 1, nothing bad happens to Pizza Boy. Pizza Boy just sees something that was kind of weird, because I remember seeing some kid talk back to the teacher, but behind his, kind of, when the teacher left, he started talking back. And I remember thinking to myself, like, you're dumb, dude, like, just be nice or whatever. In my mind, I was saying that, but and so I put that scenario into Pizza Boy, where nothing bad happened to Pizza Boy, but in a real story, it's the main character that has to go through trials and like problems and conflict, whether it be physical or external conflict or internal conflict. But so I'm gonna be doing that. But like when I was making Pizza Boy 2, I was like, forget about what the parents think, forget about what anyone else thinks. I'm really big on the First Amendment, where freedom of expression, freedom of speech. And so I'm like, again, I was putting limits on myself. I'm like, what would other people think? No, forget that. What do I think? I want to have a lot of fun. I remember being a kid, and like, you grab a stick from the floor, and then suddenly it's a lightsaber, and you're like with your friends, it's like doing the whoosh sound. It's like whoo, whoo, whoo. And then or like video games. There's a lot of cartoon violence in the video games, like Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes has so much cartoony violence. Tom and Jerry has so much cartoony violence. And I think like shows like SpongeBob has so much cartoon violence, but those shows don't get negative reviews. It's all positive. So I thought to myself, I'm going to amp up the cartoon violence in Pizza Boy just to make it more fun to the way I like it, and so I can continue having fun while I draw Pizza Boy. So Pizza Boy 2 is going to have a lot of cartoon violence. Pizza Boy 3 is going to have more cartoon violence, but it's going to be like still fun, not like nothing, no blood, but like a video game, when your little character dies and it looks funny, and like, or for me it's funny. But my plan for Pizza Boy is to make the first 3 issues totally independent, where it's just me printing Pizza Boy. But then after that, I do plan on getting an agent, because apparently that's what creators are supposed to do. They're supposed to get agents, but I didn't do that. But so with these first 3 issues of Pizza Boy, I'm kind of building the intellectual property, and then by the 4th Pizza Boy book, it shouldn't be an independent effort anymore, and it should be like me collaborating with the agents, hopefully getting a publisher somewhere.
Okay.
And the themes in Pizza Boy are going to be a little bit more like poetic, where there's like something in the beginning happens that kind of reflects in the end, and how like they're both similar, but it's like fun, it's cool. And just more characters. I want to make more characters. And just that, I guess, just that for now. It's just like, nothing big for now. Just the first 3 Pizza Boy books.
Awesome. Let's talk a little bit about your background, just so that they know who is James Rocha.
Yeah.
So if you can tell us a little bit about where you grew up, what's your family's background, and where did you go to school?
So James Rocha, I grew up in Tustin, but I was born in Santa Ana. But so when I tell people where I'm from, I tell them I'm from Tustin, because I know Santaneros really like being born and raised in Santa Ana. So I can't say I was born and raised in Santa Ana. And so my parents my dad is Bolivian, my mom's Mexican, and they met here in the USA, in California. So I was born here in California. My whole life in Orange County. And
what high school did you graduate from?
Tustin High School.
Tustin High School? Okay. And is that where you started your art? Like, did it start in high school?
Yeah, my senior year in high school, I took my first art class, and then I did good in the first quarter, and then the teacher recommended me to AP Art, and so I took an AP Art. So I took two art courses that year, and I remember someone from Santa Ana College came to my AP Art class to do a presentation on 3D modeling and animation. And after that, seeing that presentation, I wanted to do that, but I didn't end up doing it. Or life, life.
Right.
I took different choices, and so.
So have you been to Mexico or Bolivia?
Yeah, I've been to both places, but more to Mexico. I've been to Bolivia once, and yeah, it's very different.
It's very different. Okay.
Yeah, but it's very good.
Are you bilingual?
Yes.
Do we expect to see Pizza Boy becoming bilingual in the future?
In Pizza Boy 2, I threw in one Spanish sentence to make it funny, but I was thinking the same thing, like, is Pizza Boy, like, what race is Pizza Boy? But then I thought, I didn't want to include, like, the whole race agenda in Pizza Boy. Again, Pizza Boy is, like, agenda-free, no political issues, and Pizza Boy is pure childhood imagination. So Pizza Boy doesn't have a race, he's just a pizza. But I do want to translate Pizza Boy into different languages. So I want to do, I don't know what Pizza Boy would be in Spanish, but El Chico Pizza or whatever.
El Chico Pizza.
Or maybe it'll still be Pizza Boy, but everything else will be in Spanish.
It'd be pretty cool to see it in Vietnamese too.
Yeah, Spanish, Vietnamese, Mandarin, Japanese.
Yeah, it'd be pretty amazing to see Pizza Boy translated into other languages. So, okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and have James here do an author signing. I'm very excited to have you. I hope that we have plenty of parents and children to come and get introduced to Pizza Boy and the adventures of Pizza Boy. Anything that you would like to say to your audience?
No, I don't even know, or just thank you to the people that helped put or donate money for Pizza Boy to happen, because I didn't use any of my own money. I used money from my close friends and family, and they helped make Pizza Boy happen, and so I'm really grateful to them, and I'm really happy if I do have any like new fans. I'm really glad if more people would get into Pizza Boy. I can't really make a new issue unless all the issues sell out, and I have enough money to make a second issue. So most of the Pizza Boy 1's already sold, so I have enough money to make Pizza Boy 2, but I hope Pizza Boy 2 sells out so I can make Pizza Boy 3. And it's like a little snowball effect. But I'm just really happy, and I feel like really ambitious. I feel super ambitious right now. I feel a lot of energy. So I work nonstop. I'm a blue collar worker, so I go to work. Then as soon as I get out of work, I get home and shower, I eat, and then I draw like a madman to get Pizza Boy out as quick as possible. And just that, I just want to dedicate my life to art right now and see if, how far I can push it, and how many good things can come out of me, because I have so many things inside of me that haven't come out yet, but Pizza Boy is one of them, but I have so many more things coming. I hope for the book signing, I'm also coming out with Rocha magazine, and I hope, and that'll focus on all my Chicano art, and I hope it'll be ready for the book signing, so that I'll have that here as well, where I have Rocha magazine as well. So I have like, my mind is like, I'm still here, but my mind is like, there's like so many things to do, and I just wish I could also inspire other people to also create. I think this new world is for the entrepreneur, for the creator, not so much for the day laborer, for the average worker. Life is pretty average for those kind of people, but if you can be bold enough to create something new and to be an entrepreneur, I hope you do the thing you're set out to do, and because I'm also always looking for people to collaborate with. I love meeting other creators and like doing artwork with them as well. And so just that just thank you to anybody that watches, that supports, and that's about it. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you here January 31st from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Come grab a Pizza Boy number 1, Pizza Boy number 2. Stay to watch the Pizza Boy episode 1 on the TV they're gonna have here, and hope to see you here. Thank you.